What if everything holding you back was simply an illusion? Just an illusion. This podcast is for visionaries, risk takers, innovators, people who expand their limits and go beyond what's comfortable, even when there's fear, even when there's doubt. I'm so excited to share on this short episode about this rebrand, the vision, what you can expect, and how I even got here. Welcome. So much has transpired over the last year. I first started this podcast called Authenticity Meets Reality because I was really focused on stepping into my authentic self, breaking societal norms that I felt so much pressure to uphold. I went to UC Berkeley. I got a great corporate job. I thought I had to be perfect. And it was really uncomfortable breaking out of those societal boxes. And I felt I needed to be a certain way to be loved and accepted. And so that's kind of how the podcast started. And over the last year, I've evolved and have broken out of those societal norms, have created life on my own terms, a life of freedom, abundance, so much magic that I want for you. And now what I've realized is my whole life, I have expanded my own limits. I have bet on myself. I have pushed myself past my comfort zone. Have I had fear? Hell yes, absolutely. Have I doubted myself? Absolutely. But one of my greatest gifts and superpowers is conviction, is self-belief, is confidence. And I want to give you this. I want you to have this. And so the vision for this podcast is me interviewing innovators, builders, entrepreneurs, people that aren't just dreaming big, but actually living big, embodying it. It's going to be a space where entrepreneurs, builders, courageous people have broken through their own limits. And the reason I want to rebrand this podcast and create this is because I want to offer a space where you can expand your own limits. You can see what's possible. When you are seeing what other people have done, it opens your mind. It breaks the barriers down. It creates expansion for you. And I want to show you what's possible when you lean into your true potential, which, by the way, is limitless. So if you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited. I'm Paige Rothschild. And in this rebrand, I'm going to be going deeper than ever before. And I'm going to be bringing powerful guest interviews with people who have expanded their own limits. Whether it's scaling a business, breaking free from fear, having courage to bet on themselves and dream bigger than they even thought was possible, and create life on their own terms. I'm going to be bringing you different stories across passion, resilience, courage, bravery, and what it truly takes to expand your limits in life and business. And so if you are someone that knows deep in your heart and your soul that you have more potential than the life you're living, and you are ready to break free from that, you are in the right place. Also on this podcast, I'm going to be sharing my own personal stories. I'm not just going to be interviewing others. I'm going to be sharing my own experiences that have shaped who I am today to give you wisdom, to give you tools, to give you different things that you need to create life on your own terms and expand your own limits. Because here's the thing, there is no such thing as limits. The only limit that exists is the ones that you have placed on yourself. And the ones that you've placed on yourself have been learned. Anything that you've learned, you can unlearn. And some of my personal stories that I'll just quickly share here, which we are going to dive deeper into on other episodes, is there was a time when I walked away from the love of my life. There was a time when I left my 9-to-5 job where I made 7 figures in. And then I proceeded to sell everything I owned in San Francisco to move internationally with no guarantees at all with anything working out. The only guarantee is this deep burning fire in my heart and soul that I desire more, that I deserve more. These are only a few stories. There are so many more. And every one of these decisions required deep courage, deep trust, unwavering faith, and a leap also into the unknown. The unknown used to paralyze me. It used to be so scary. And so I'm going to take you behind the scenes on my journey, showing you that expansion and pushing yourself beyond your limits doesn't just come with rainbows and butterflies. There's challenges as well, but it's always worth it. You can live a life beyond your wildest dreams, and I am living proof of that. I am a walking testament of that. And so through these different stories, whether it's my own personal stories or others, I'm going to show you that when you embrace uncertainty and take action, even when the outcome is unclear, and you bet on yourself and you expand your limits, your life can become magical. Absolutely magical. And so what you can expect with this rebrand now moving into this podcast is you're going to be hearing incredibly inspiring conversations of people's stories across entrepreneurs, creators, builders, courageous individuals who have made the leap to expand their own limits. These people have stepped into new versions of themselves, overcome their fears, and created success, freedom, life on their own terms. And it's not only about big business moves. It's about transformational growth, taking bold action, and truly learning to live a limitless life. It's going to be some practical tools, mindset shifts, raw stories that are going to move you. They are going to shake you at your core. They are going to help you unlock your infinite potential, because you are infinite, and step into the life that you've always dreamed of. Also on this podcast, you are going to hear abundant wisdom. Get ready. There are going to be powerful episodes that are really going to shake and move you at your core. They are going to change your life. One of my greatest superpowers, if I didn't already mention this, is self-belief. It's conviction. It's confidence. It's expanding my own limits. It's betting on myself. And I want you to have that. I'm no different than you. If I can have this, you can have this as well. And that is one of the reasons for the rebrand. I want to show you what's possible. On this podcast, there is no such thing as that's not possible. Anything in my world is possible. Absolutely anything. And these are not just words. This is a frequency. This is an energy. If you hear in my voice, feel it in your body, it's going to shift you at an energetic level. If you want anything in your life to shift, it needs to shift at an energetic level. So if you are ready to challenge your limits, to bet on yourself, to step outside your comfort zone, to trust, to have faith, to believe that you deserve more, and expand your limits to create something magical, then you are in the right place. Make sure that you subscribe, follow, and share this podcast with others who need to hear these messages and powerful stories of expansion. Let's expand, rise, and create a life so magical that we are proud and excited to live. Because your potential has no limits, and neither do you. So let's expand together.